Okay, testes 1, testes 2.
Two. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Well, bonjour, restorers.
Hi everybody.
We are doing our first ever Q&A.
Q&A. Yeah.
And depending on your time zone, if you're in the morning, you're with Paul with a cup of tea.
Yeah.
And if you're in the evening, you're with me with a glass of wine.
No.
So get comfy because we got asked a lot of questions and a lot of nice questions. So we're going to try and get through them as quick as we can and at the same time give all the goss.
Okay, let's go.
How did you guys meet and what took you to Paris? So I think this question is for me. I came to Paris for my dream job and I was very lucky to have been accepted. I'm a professional dancer and work at a very famous cabaret in Paris. You could easily guess. And so I had come to Paris in 5 weeks. I was like, oh, I need something, a bicycle or a little razor scooter like you have as kids to just zip around Paris. And so I went looking on Facebook Marketplace and I found one relatively cheap. And I found Paul at the same time because he was selling the trottinette, is what you call them in French. And you were very smart because we had a bit of a language barrier at the beginning.
Yeah.
Thought you were totally cute, but I was like, oh, it's hard to connect. And we did a really nice hot air balloon ride over Javel. We went for a nice bicycle ride through the Louvre and all the little streets of Paris. We went on a picnic ride on a boat, had a nice cheese and wine, and it was just heaven. So you played your cards right, and we've been together 6 years, and the rest is history.
Can you talk about your plans for the garden? Oh,
that's a nice question.
Interesting. That's on my favorite place to do in the renovation.
We have a few different ideas. We definitely want to do like veggie gardens and a cutting flower garden so we can live kind of sustainably and grow our own veggies. I want to be able to preserve things because you're very good at all that stuff, which I think will be really nice in the long term to kind of have a slow life in
nice
Paris.
potager is important.
But as well, we're also big entertainers, so I need to have a big table, a nice deck coming off the kitchen. I'd love to have a Scandinavian hot tub kind of moment.
I'm dreaming about it. It's so comfy.
And wouldn't it be cool to do it like a DIY, how to build your own hot tub?
Yeah.
Take our audience out there and do like a walkthrough tour of the garden.
Yeah, absolutely. Hi Paul and Georgia, love to rise from abandoned to lovely home. Can wait until the next Sunday. Please tell how much square meter your dream have. It's 150?
Yeah. But on top of that, there is an underground cave and there is a small attic. So we could turn them into livable spaces in the future. How come you read it like a robot?
A robot?
Yeah.
Not a robot.
Hi Paul and John, I think.
It's going to be amazing. Have you guys thought about removing the toilet closet?
So they're talking about the upstairs toilet. And yes, I have.
Yeah.
I think it would bring back the symmetry of the upper level. And I think it would turn into a really nice kind of an office, maybe even my editing studio, because we'll turn it into something really lovely. And I definitely think that toilet can be moved into the bathroom that's just around the corner to just free up that space.
Yeah, we'll have to move them.
So good eyes.
When is Paul going to eat meat again? I will answer to this question later.
Yeah, you are a vegetarian for life.
Like which room you really don't want to renovate or does it inspire you?
For me, I know exactly which one.
Which one?
We could probably say it at the same time. Go 3, 2, 1. The
toilets.
cave. No, the cave with the structural beams.
Yeah, but the toilets upstairs.
What about the toilets upstairs?
Questioning if they're clean or not. I didn't check.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm scared.
I didn't even know about that job. Yeah, that's a Paul job for sure. I am not cleaning those abandoned toilets.
That's why I'm scared.
Okay, fair enough.
What do you do in your free time when it's tool down?
When it's tools down.
Cooking?
We do love cooking. You love gardening. You've got a green thumb. I love spa adventuring, and that's something we like to do together actually. We go and find like nice saunas and things, because finding the best spas all around Europe. And brook hunting, I'd say, is another one that we got to do. Antiquing.
Wine tasting.
Wine tasting.
Very good for the health too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And if not, we don't have so much free time for the moment. So
I'm going to start studying as well.
You took your course.
Yeah, so I'm going to start studying colour theory, and to help be more educated for choosing paint colours for the house, for the weather going warmer or cooler tones. And then perhaps I can share my knowledge with you.
Interesting for later, perhaps some future clients.
Well, yeah, I could have some Restore Bonjour consultations maybe one day, but for now we just need to do our project.
Yeah. Hi, George and Paul. What are you most worried about in your renovation? What did you learn from renovating your first cottage?
Good question. I learned definitely to trust your gut instinct. When it doesn't feel right, it's not right. And what about you?
I don't know why, but I'm scared about the water thing. The pipe is behind the wall, it will leak or something like this, and I have to restart everything.
But what did you learn from the cottage? You didn't answer that part.
The cottage? Simple is hard.
In what way?
Clean and simple is hard.
I do know what you think will be short and easy ends up being twice as long and twice as expensive.
Always.
Is, yeah, and that's hard.
They thought that it's not inside of Paris, but on the first ring. That's correct. That's in the first, what we call the first couronne. So we across the peripheric and we are in Paris. So west side of Paris. Avez-vous trouvé l'infiltration d'eau? Yeah, it's very silly. It's the gutter who had some hole. And so I fixed one of the two. We don't have any more problem on one side, and the other side I just have to fix the gutter. Avez-vous résolu l'abaissement du plancher? Temporarily, yes, because it's a all concrete floor, and so with the time the metal was inside rust and break and make the floor less strong. So for the moment we just put some étai, some metallic structure, and it's waiting that we install the beam.
And that's what I'm most worried about for the renovation, because I don't want the house to fall down.
Yeah. It's true, it could be annoying. You said the kind of bracket of price and how many time. We touched it for a good price, but we had so much work to do. To give you an idea, there wasn't any window, any door, any electricity, any water, anything.
Anything redeeming.
The work will be on 3 years, and we estimate the kind of the price, if we pass with some professional, around 250,000-300,000 euro, more or less.
That's a lot. But we're aiming for, with you doing a lot of the work, with me doing a lot of the in-between design moments. Yeah, we're looking at maybe 100,000.
Yeah, it will be great. Yeah, 100 will be great.
It's still a big investment, but we hope that we can make that money back with increasing the value of the house in the long term. You save so much money by living on site than renting somewhere externally. That's a tip if you are thinking of embarking on a renovation project.
We hope the total around 100.
Yeah, that I think is being very...
not generous.
Not generous. We'll do what we can, but honestly, that just the cost of materials is a lot. So where we can save on labour and everything, we will. That's the thing, we're both working full-time at the same time as renovating. And so we need to then inject that money we're earning into the project. So it means we can kind of go room by room as we have the funds available. Yeah. So, it's
less hard.
Do you think? I think working and renovating is hard.
Yeah, but psychologically, it's not like spending 100,000 euro.
It's going to be spread over multiple years.
Step by step.
You hardly noticed all that cash going.
Top 3 tips for someone who has purchased a place that need an uplift. First, it depends of which kind of uplift.
So let's think easy. Okay, they've got
Easy?
Yeah, like they don't have a lot of money. They just have a new place. What would be some easy things to help give it an uplift? I think, for starters, light fixtures are an easy way to modernize or bring a really nice vibe through the home, and they're not expensive, and it can really transform a space, especially like ambient lighting, lamps and things. It can really change a space.
It's a special paint for kitchen and bathroom.
Yeah, always make sure you get the right kind
Like
of paint.
the renovation one, they are more expensive, but for a small budget, you don't have to change all the kitchen, and you've got some béton ciré too.
Yeah, it kind of feels a bit like provincial, Mediterranean.
Yeah.
I was thinking the style of our house could be Australian.
Yeah. Oh, it just created a word.
And my friend, she asked a question as well. Are we going to incorporate any Australian elements in the house? And I actually think through artworks.
One like a big picture.
Something contemporary or nature inspired from Australia, especially upstairs in the bedrooms, would be nice. So you still want to have a bit of home.
I love this. Could you do a video going through your favorite YouTube channel?
Yeah, because on our time-lapse clean, I mentioned that we watch YouTube channels religiously.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so that's nice that they asked us back. And I'd be curious to know what our viewers watch, because if they're watching our renovation channel, I'm sure they're watching others. And maybe we can do an exchange of ones that you think we might like, and then we'll tell you the ones that we like. So I'd say the first one that we have watched for about 5 or 6 years is How to Renovate a Chateau.
Yeah, quite funny.
Yeah, they're funny. That's Anna and Philip. They're renovating a chateau in Normandy. And I will confess, we went and visited Normandy, and we 100% went passed in front. And I was fangirling over them because I've just been so in awe of their renovation. Okay, I've officially reached level 10 stalker zone. That is the chateau of Anna and Philip. Ah! I'm so obsessed. And they inspired us a lot for the cottage. Because they were doing massive projects, and we were inspired because if they can do that, we could do our little cottage. And now, hopefully, actually, I have already received messages saying that people watch us to prep for their renovations now. So you watch?
I had the same effect I knew with a guy who's called, we've got a channel who's called Rural Friends.
Oh, Escape to Rural France. He's quite famous. You might already know him.
Yeah, and I could tell you for big work, he give you confidence and motivation. You just watch 30 minutes of his video and you're like, okay, I could do anything.
Yeah, that's one man renovating an entire chateau by himself.
Who burned.
Yeah, and it was burned
and
down.
Full of vegetation inside.
And his videos are far more like technical. So if you're into really like structural, and he does really nice old techniques and craftsmanship revivals, which is really interesting, and you enjoy that. And then I would say I watch a few more like home tours, designer channels. Quintessence is one that I really enjoy, and I actually met her at a restaurant in Paris recently. Another fangirl moment. And then there's one called Homeworthy. They do some fabulous home tours. And there's one Schumacher, I think, if that's how you pronounce it. But they do some really nicely edited videos, and that always inspires me to make our videos better because they're just such easy watches. And I think that's kind of the style I like to make our videos, to just be like, you sit down and for 15 minutes you're in our safe world and we take care of you and you can just chill and come in and we'll do all the hard work. That's kind of the vibe I like.
That's the vibe.
Yeah.
Last one that I love, it's the block.
Oh, you do love the Aussie block? I wish they had a French block, because I think we would do that in a heartbeat. So I just wanted to say thank you everyone to stay with us for our first Q&A. Hope you got some valuable information and some tips, and kind of understand a little bit what's to come on our project. Kind of still in the deep end, We've accomplished a lot though.
Yeah, and there's still a lot to come.
Yeah, it's just the beginning.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just want to say thank you and we'll see you soon.
Thank you. Bye bye.